Listen, if you're someone who keeps explaining the same thing because you want to be helpful, but instead you end up irritated when you're asked that same question again, this is for you. Here's the dilemma. Why does it irritate you so much when someone asks the same question again, even after you've already explained it? Now, you weren't unclear. You didn't even rush. You already gave the answer. If this keeps happening at work, at home, or with someone you care about, it starts to matter. So in the next few minutes, you'll understand why this irritation shows up so fast. What's happening in the other person's mind, and how to respond without snapping or even shutting down. The moment it hits, you explain it, you slow down, you choose your words carefully. You even ask, does that make sense? And they say, yes. Then later, sometimes even minutes later, they ask the same thing again. And before you even answer, you feel it in your body. The sigh, the tight jaw, that thought you don't say out loud. Did you not hear me? That's when the irritation shows up. Why this feels personal. Even when you don't want it to, repeated questions can feel personal. It can feel like they weren't listening, or they don't trust your answer. Once it feels personal, your nervous system reacts, not with logic, but with defensiveness. What your brain is doing. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain expects progress. So when the same question comes back, your brain reads it as lost effort. Like you're being pulled backward, and stalled loops frustrate the brain fast. Not because you're impatient, but because your brain hates going nowhere. The missed part, their side. Now pause for a second, because the person asking again usually isn't trying to annoy you. They might be anxious, overwhelmed, or even afraid of getting it wrong. Some people repeat questions not because they didn't hear you, but because they don't feel settled yet. You're offering information, they're looking for reassurance. It's the same question, but it has a different need. The real dilemma. So here's the real dilemma. How do you stay patient without draining yourself? How do you explain without feeling dismissed? How do you respond without snapping or going quiet? Irritation isn't rudeness. It's a signal that your capacity is low and the loop feels endless. That doesn't make you unkind. What it makes you is human. A better way to respond. Here's what helps. Instead of answering the question again, just change the response. Ask what part still feels unclear, or ask whether they're looking for reassurance instead of a new explanation. And if you need to protect your energy, set a boundary that doesn't sound sharp. Like, let's write this down. Come back to this after you try it. Boundaries reduce irritation. Unspoken resentment makes it worse. If repeated questions irritate you, you're not short-tempered, you're overloaded. And if you're the one asking again, you're not incapable, you're human. Now, if this sounded familiar to you in any way, please comment and subscribe. And I'll see you with the next video.